What is up, Copy Squad? It's your boy Kyle Milligan coming to you live from my crib in Delray, Boca Zone area, Florida. And today I want to talk about technology frustrations. Now, I've been gone for, I guess, since, it's been about a month because a bunch of things. For starters, I have left Agora Financial. I switched to a new company. It's not a big deal. It was an opportunity to go to be a bigger fish in a smaller pond. I'll probably talk more about that in depth. And during that time, I wanted to hit the ground running, so I started writing a lot of copy very quickly. Got immersed in that. Then YouTube changed its interface, and my streaming platform, OBS, changed its interface. They didn't work together anymore, and I tried, and I'm not a techie guy, so I just got really frustrated, and then I just didn't mess with it for like about a month, I think it's been. But I figured, I was just doing a test run to see if I could get this thing to work now, which I can, it looks like. And I guess this would be a good time to just like go through some of the questions I've got over the last couple weeks that I haven't been able to really get to. So let's see if I can do surface, screen, and camera. So that'd be like, I don't know if this is what I wanted to do. Doesn't look right. Okay, let's close this up. Surface camera front, display capture. So that should show a surface screen, but it does not. See what I'm dealing with? Oh, I've got I bet you it's not going to work. This is another error. I hate technology, man. I wonder if I can do a different screen. I wonder if I can do my second screen. Add new. Screen 2. And we'll try to do that. It doesn't look like it's going to work. I'm so frustrated with this whole thing. Okay, let's see what happens. It still doesn't work. But at least I'm live. Okay, I'm just going to read the stuff. I'm just going to read it to you. This is more junk I have to deal with and figure out how to make it work. I hate this stuff. Okay, cool. So, let's go through the comments, and I'm wondering if there's anything I can do, any smart maneuver I could do to bring these comments onto the screen. Live streaming. I got a couple of viewers. Please let me know if you got any questions while I sit here and yell at my stupid platform. Let me know if you got any questions. If you've missed me, just say what's up. I'm playing with YouTube's new stupid live studio room, which is stupid, and my OBS streaming software is very stupid too, and I can't just stream and show you stuff like I like to do. It's just, I don't know why they gotta do stuff like this. Trying to think. Yeah, I wonder if I turn the whole camera to the screen and show you what's up. Okay, I'm just gonna go through these things. Ahmed on my liquid formula sell $2,000 product said great stuff. See, that's not very useful. That's not a very useful narration. Thanks, buddy. Let's see if I can find any questions here. Okay, so this one guy, Sada, S-A-D-A, Holly, says, so go get a copywriting job without knowing shit about copywriting? ? What? And he commented this on my how to learn copywriting, the 2 different methods. And this is basically about you can try to be a freelancer and learn it I guess what I would call the hard way through trial and error. You can go get a job writing copy. And it looks like a kind of negative comment. It says, go get a copywriting job without knowing shit about copywriting? What? Dude, yes. Quit, this just seems like I almost hesitate to waste my time on this comment. But, yeah, you have to learn somewhere. I'm going to write, every dude flipped his first cheeseburger somewhere, right? What kind of stupid, I don't like this comment at all. It's just, yeah, you have to learn somewhere. Okay. Go get a job. Think about it. I'm trying to think any skill that you go do, you had to learn it on the job usually, right? Can someone help me out here? You learn how to cut hair by cutting hair, right? You learn how to program a computer or whatever by going to a programming job. I didn't know anything about copy, and I went and worked at Agora Financial. Get over your excuses, bro. Reply. You have to learn somewhere. That's what I said. Let's see. I got a comment from the avoid the copywriter trap video about seeing customers' brains flip into gas mode and lose the sale. They rarely come back to battery mode once that happens. So good, so good. Thanks, Savannah. I appreciate your comment. You get a heart. But yeah, whenever you switch someone's brain into an analytical mode on accident or on purpose, whenever you get too deep into a thread, one of my friends is like started writing comedy, and there's so many parallels between comedy and copy. I'm like, bro, this thread is just going too long. You've lost me. Like, you've been talking about this joke. Like, you need to like divert, smoke and mirrors, like throw something new in there that kind of teases me to keep listening to the story, and like give me some twists and turns or something. Or instead of just delivering the punchline, you need to like know where your punchline is and work backwards to build up to that point, but just keep the intrigue alive and keep the building up. And the point is, like, once I realize that I'm hearing like a really long story, or once I start to be aware that I'm being sold to, or someone's trying to tell me a really long joke, it takes you out of the moment. You go into gas mode. This was about a hybrid car I was driving. It's either in gas mode or battery mode. And once you come out of battery mode and go into gas mode, where your brain's using a lot of resources to like calculate and crunch numbers or think analytically about something, it all of a sudden loses all the sexiness. If you've ever had like a date that was going really well, a lot of like, I guess you would call it like tension and interest, and then somebody just says something stupid and you're like, wait a minute, you're actually like a really big dork or a weirdo, or I don't like you. And then all of a sudden all that magic disappears. Same thing happens in sales, same thing happens in comedy. It's just like writing. It's just part of being human. It's like a big dance. I'm just gonna say thanks for the comment. Yeah, sorry I don't have anything really prepared today. This was just me trying to figure out how to get my stupid OBS studio working again, and I can't even share my screen. This is what I get. This is what I get. I get the black screen. It won't show my monitor. Okay, most slept on one says, Mr. Channel, need more data. He says, true. I'm exactly there, ready to jump in there. Feel like I'm spinning my wheels, not starting. Dude, that's, my buddy was like, the comedy guy was like, I'm gonna go play some Gears. Gears 5 just came out. We've been playing Gears of War a bunch. And he said, maybe I'll write later. And I was like, no, dude, you never write later. If you ever try to write later, you'll never write. You write first. You play Gears later. Like, nothing happens until the writing is done. When you wake up, that's why you got to write first, because it's so easy to go down that rabbit hole and get lost, get swept away, and start spinning your wheels because you're not doing any writing. You can't get better writing if you don't write. Here we go. Savannah says, give me warning to bring my Dramamine. I think she was talking about because I was holding the camera and it was moving around so much. Haha, sorry about that. This is what I do, man. Oh, sorry about that. Moen Khan says, how to choose your niche. I guess that means he wants me to do a video about how to choose your niche. I think it doesn't. I went after the money. Like, I knew it was either health or financial. And to be honest, I didn't know that until I was already in it. Like, I went after, what I went after to get my job at Agora Financial, I just wanted the free copywriting training. They were offering this copy camp. Come work at Agora Financial, you get a copy camp. And I wanted to make money online, so I was like, oh, if I go get this copy camp training, then I can learn how to market and make money online and never have to work again. And the actual opposite is true. It's so cool because what happened to me is I was sold the make money online dream, and it goes so in step with that thing of, tell them what they want, but sell them what they need. And that's what I was told, like, you can become a millionaire copywriter, just come get our free copywriting training. It's basically what I was hearing, right? Like, work from home, laptop lifestyle, live on a beach and sit in a hammock. And so I chased that. And the funny thing is, whenever, I actually got into it, I was actually given what I actually needed, which was like a better work ethic at an amazing company, working with really smart people, and just all sorts of life lessons. So I think that's kind of, I believe in the whole, sell them what they want, give them what they need approach, because it even worked on me. I was one of those money chasing, make money onliners. Like, I didn't want a boss. I honestly thought Agora Financial would be my last job ever. I'm now with another company, and I think what I really like about being at this new up-and-coming smaller company is I want to build a team. Like, I have the Copy Squad, right? I have the Copy Squad Inner Circle, where I coach people on how to write better copy. That's just like something I'm really into copy now. Like, at first it was a means to an end to just make money and like go travel or whatever. But I got into it. I was like, wow, I really like copy. I can just sit there and read copy all the time. And I like critiquing copy and trying to find out how to make it better. So I started doing this. And then I found a company, or a company found me, sort of, and we kind of met in the middle. And they liked what I'm doing with the Copy Squad. And they're like, hey, if you want to build a team with us, great. And I was like, oh, okay. Well then, and it's just something that I'll have a lot more room to grow. And like I say, be a bigger fish in a smaller pond at this time. So that's kind of what I'm really excited about there. So the question was, I got way off topic. The question is how to choose your niche. Just anything you are somewhat curious about. I'm not even into finance. I don't invest. Like, I don't have like a bajillion stocks portfolios. I don't do options or credit spreads or any of that. I hardly. I used to sell Verizon Fios, and I was one of the top sales reps on the phone for Verizon Fios, which is a fiber optic internet service, but I have never used it. I've never seen it with my own eyes, but I sold it better than everyone else in the building. It doesn't matter. Like, you don't really have to like love it or use it every day. You just have to learn the sales process. The sales process is the sales process. It's overcoming objections. It's I got a cool thing. Someone asked me about empathy inside the Copy Squad inner circle. They were like, help me learn empathy. I got an easy way to tell you that. And I wish I could type on the screen so you could see it. So I'm going to answer this question. I'm going to tell you how to empathize. So he says, how do you choose your niche? Just anything you are somewhat curious about. You don't have to love it. Just be curious enough to learn about it. And go somewhere there is some money to be made. I mean, that's it, man. Don't complicate it. That's what I'm going to write that. Don't complicate it. It's really simple. Okay, cool. So reply to that guy. All right, cool. So empathy. So you can basically summarize empathy with Blair Warren's Sentence Persuasion course. So it's this book that they gave us in... Did they give it to us in Copy Camp? I can't remember now, but I heard about it in Copy Camp, and I think I got an audio file of it. And it's going to ruin the whole book because he basically uses it on you until the end, and he reveals it. These people, here's the Sentence Persuasion course. People will do anything for those who encourage their dreams, justify their failures, allay their fears, confirm their suspicions, and help them to throw rocks at their enemies. So when you think about each of those bullet points, okay, people will do anything for those who encourage their dreams. That in itself is a form of empathy, right? I know you can do this. You were meant for greatness. You can have these weekly paychecks for a financial copywriter. You can have the body of your dreams, the six-pack abs for a health copywriter. You could create $1 million business for the biz op copywriter. You can do it, okay? Encourage their dreams. Allay their fears. Look, you will have some shortcomings or whatever, like, I won't say shortcomings, there will be pitfalls, there will be bumps in the road, but trust me, follow my process, follow my system, don't worry, you're going to be fine. Everything's going to work out in the end. Again, sometimes there's roadblocks, but you'll overcome those and you'll be fine, right? And all you got to do, simply follow my 3-step process, blah, 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 do this, do that, do this, and the whole world's going to open up for you. So allay their fears. Basically, let them know everything's going to be all right, man. I've got you covered, right? What are my big 4 emotions? New, easy, safe, and big. These play into that, right? So the safeness is allay their fears. That's safety, okay? That's safety. Allay their fears. Confirm their suspicions. So this is basically just making sure that when you write something, you write into their brain, into their world. Like, you go into their world that they already have formed. You don't tell them that they're wrong, right? You don't tell them this is all your fault and you're dumb. You done messed up, boy. You don't start your thing like that. That's why all the hero's journey stories always start like, I was right where you were, right? I'm just like you. I understand what you're talking about. There's a bad guy out there, There's all these other shady gurus who are trying to take your money, and they don't really care about you, and they're just selling you. They're shills, selling garbage. Okay, confirm their suspicions, right? That's like confirm it. There's a barrier to entry. Confirm that the game is rigged. It's not fair. Confirm that the socialists and liberals want to destroy America, right? Confirm those suspicions, and that kind of goes in line with the last thing, which is help them throw rocks at their enemies, right? So once you confirm them suspicions, like, lay into those enemies, right? So encourage your dreams, justify their failures. Did I touch justify their failures? I think I skipped that one. Justify their failures, same thing. Not your fault. We talked about that a little bit. All these things kind of run together. Encourage dreams, justify failures, lay fears, confirm suspicions, throw rocks at enemies. These are all forms of empathy, and they all kind of sound the same a little bit as you start to run through them, okay? So someone asked me about empathy. That was my answer for him. Lorenzo says, what's up, my man? What's up, Lorenzo? Welcome to the stream, brother. Hayes asks, what's the name of the book? It's the one-sentence persuasion course, single-sentence persuasion course. I don't know. Blair Warren persuasion course. Well, I should have typed one sentence. I think it's one-sentence persuasion course. One-sentence persuasion course. Here it is. I wish I could put it in the one-sentence persuasion course. 27 words to make the world do your bidding. Oh my God, it's only $3.99 on Kindle. I already know it pretty much, but I think it might be worth just buying again. Here, I'm going to put the link in the chat here for you, brother. Boom. That's not even an affiliate link. That's just a regular Amazon link. So I won't be collecting 4 cents on your purchase if you get that. Okay, let's go down and see if I got any more comments I can answer. April. Hi, Kyle. I'm hitting you up on an old video. That is a real old video. Heat Seekers Part 3. That was my 3rd video. Okay. Yes, I'm hitting you up on an old video, but it's new for me. So there. I wanted to know your setup for these videos. What are you using to mark up the screen? I want to try it myself. Drawing pad, laptop. I have some copy I want to share like you're doing. No one's going to watch, but I could care less. I have so much fun. Doing active copy reading is really helping me learn. Right. So that's kind of where I started. I just enjoyed the active writing and marking up copy, reading and marking up copy, and I didn't think anyone would ever watch. Now I think we got like 1,300 subscribers now, which is crazy. And it's kind of sad too because my stupid tech issues, and I get frustrated very easily by this stuff. Like, look at this. Look at this. This makes my blood boil, man. Look at that. I have to figure out why my screen is black. But anyway, so I started out there too, and people do watch. And if you're helpful, people will come back, I guess, and they'll comment and be nice to you. That's what they've been doing for me. All right, so I use the Surface Book 2, okay? So I'm using a Surface Book 2 laptop. It's got a touch screen, and then it has this thing called the Surface Pen. And I use Microsoft Edge is the program. Microsoft Edge, like the internet browser. I use that to open PDFs. And I'd like to create a whole video on how to do this, but I use it to open PDFs and mark them up with my pen. So, what I think I can do, can I share this video maybe? Justin says, hey Kyle, thanks for the killer content. Did something happen to the I Left Agora video or just screwed up on my end? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm complaining about a bunch right now, Justin, is my tech. I've been trying so hard just to like, OBS is the thing I use to stream, and then YouTube updated their thing, and then OBS updated their thing, and they wouldn't talk to each other, and then I finally got OBS just to work, and now I can't get my screen to appear. So I had some cool stuff I wanted to share, and I kind of already dropped the knowledge about that. Like, I basically just left to go, because I really like what I'm doing with the Copy Squad Inner Circle, and I like being able to like build a team and have that sort of, I guess you would call it like authority. Like I could, bring people in and work with them at a personal level. So I joined a really small company that's kind of up-and-coming company, definitely small compared to Agora, and they're really interested in what we've got going on with the Copy Squad and the idea of me being like a copy chief and building a squad. So we're going to see, I just joined them like this it's been less than a month now, and things are going really well. One of the things also, I've been really had my head down and writing copy for my first promo. I finished that draft today, and so I haven't been like doing much with. That's why I haven't been like spending any time trying to figure out these tech issues, and I'm just angry at YouTube and OBS in general right now for these things. Okay, is that my computer's fans? Yeah, my computer's running at like 9 million degrees. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. I'm just angry. This is my angry face. Okay, so I wanted to share this video with April so that she could check it out, and I should have marked the time, but I don't know how to do that either. So, because they changed everything, man. They screwed it up. Let me copy this. So I think we were about I think I answered about 18 minutes. Shoot. Yeah, now I'm just going through, like, I have like dozens and dozens and dozens of comments that I haven't seen because I've been offline for like a month. All right. He says, that was Jason, wasn't it? Mr. Capital stole the Agora copy engine. Okay, that's on my secret Agora financial copywriting process. Maybe. I'm not sure. I have to go back and watch that video. That was a really old video. But Thomas says, oh, wow, I need that research training. I waste so much time on research. We'll be buying that very soon. Yes, please do. I have an offer page that I can send now where if you're interested in the research process, I have deep research training. It is, what is it, $87? It's got 2.5 hours about basically how to do research for a promo. The promo that we cover was the one I wrote for Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad's Retirement Masterclass. I kind of explain how I went through the research process for that. My computer is making like an incredible amount of fan noise right now. I hope you guys aren't being bothered by that or can't hear it. Okay, I want to share this deep research videos thing. But yeah, if you're interested in that, I'd be happy to share that with you guys. Savannah, so did you leave Agora? I did. I've talked about it like 4 times now. Yeah, I left Agora. I just really like the what I'm doing with the Copy Squad Inner Circle, building, like helping folks and get better at copy inside that group. And there was another company that was kind of interested in what I'm doing. I have a pretty good track record from Agora, and they are looking at giving me a shot at building my own team and being a chief so I can be a bigger fish in a smaller pond, this up-and-coming company. So I'm really excited about that. And hopefully I'll be hiring people really soon. I just actually got a ticket for Copy Chief Live 2019. I wasn't sure what was going to happen with that. I was going with Agora, but I think I've already got a ticket now to go, just as I think me and a couple guys from this company, me and Rob Braddock's going to be there, and another guy, Connor. We're all going, so we'll be at Copy Chief Live 2019. Savannah says nice. Thanks. All right. Let's see. Dylan. Hey, Kyle. Bought your book. Plan to get the research process upsell after a while. Is it possible to get that research stuff without having to buy the book a second time? Yes. That's twice someone's asked that question. I should probably do a better job of putting this direct link out there to the world. So I'm going to tell him yes. Check it out here. And feel free to drop questions, folks, if you got any more questions for me. I'm just kind of hanging out, trying to catch up on all these comments while simultaneously kvetching about my tech stack, which is really frustrating. Do you offer one-on-one coaching? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. What I'd like to kind of do, here's another thing, pitch for you guys. I'm interested in doing like just Mondays. Like just have like Monday be one-on-one coaching days and running about 30-minute coaching calls. I've been doing them for $300 for 30 minutes. And I was thinking about just stacking those up on Monday. And then I could have, Monday would just be like a nice day for me, right? It's $300 for 30 minutes one-on-one. Let me know if you want more information. And this is something I don't push, and I don't budge on the price. I remember the first time someone asked me if I would do a one-on-one call, I was like, yeah, it's $300. I remember I was playing Settlers of Catan with my family. And you ever played Settlers of Catan? It's an amazing board game. I got it right back there. And he wanted me to do one-on-one coaching. I was like, nah, I don't want to. And then I was like, yeah, it's $300 for 30 minutes. And then he was like, how about $200? And I was like, dude, I'm trying to get you to not pay for it. And he was like, all right, cool, we'll do it. And I was like, fine. But then I did it. It was actually really fun. And I've been doing it for a couple people pretty steady. So I'm digging that. I'm liking it. So that's $300, 30 minutes one-on-one coaching calls. I'm thinking about just doing them all day on Monday. And speaking of that, the price and all that, I got to raise the price of this. I've got to. It's honestly just because I'm too lazy to go into the offer section and change the price manually to a different number. That's the only reason it hasn't gone up. Like as soon as I just get any motivation, it's gonna go to like I think $80 probably. It's like where I'll go next. It's $59 a month right now. Mohammed, great video. Please can you talk about e-commerce product description? That's not really my area of expertise. Hey, do you guys know a good e-commerce product description person? Like I'm not sure how much space you got. Like, are we sending emails? Or is it just the product description box like Amazon? Like it's not really what I do. I'm more of a direct response sales letters guy. If you guys got anyone you want to plug, let me know. I'll let him know. Kyle, if you want to do another breakdown, Gary's coat of arms letter. Thanks for the videos. You're very welcome. Well, you're very welcome. I now do all my breakdowns, because they take hours, inside the Copy Squad inner circle. Oh, that's another reason I have to get this tech fixed by tomorrow, because tomorrow's Monday and I need another sales letter breakdown up by Tuesday. So that's why I was doing it tonight. So if you want to see my next sales letter breakdown, you can sign up for Copy Squad Inner Circle at kylethewriter.com/squad, because they are, I mean, it's just, I break down like a couple letters like a week basically, but to sit down and get the computer to do what I want it to do without melting and without giving me black screens of death is just such a pain, man. I have to charge for that stuff. You're very welcome. I now do all my breakdowns inside the Copy Squad Inner Circle. Check it out here. Bam. All right. Cool. Hey Kyle, loving your content, but I have a question about freelance direct response copywriting. Do you think you can make good money working as a freelance direct response copywriter starting from scratch? Unfortunately, I don't live in the US, so options at Agora are not available here in my country. And since copywriting intrigues me so much, I'd like to commit to freelance copywriting. Yeah, man, absolutely. I mean, the world is in short supply of effective copywriters. So, so if you can get results, you're a hot commodity. Like you're valuable anywhere. Like the question is, do you think you can make good money working as a direct response copywriter starting from scratch? Okay, let me just kind of answer this like this then. Starting from scratch? No. Not at first. As a freelancer? No, you're gonna make chicken scratch. It isn't until you built up a portfolio. I like this question now because I was gonna say, yeah, you're gonna be good. No, the answer is no. You're gonna make nothing until you have some sort of book. How do I want to put this? Until you have some sort of book of work. I don't want to call it a portfolio. Until you have some sort of result to demonstrate, saying that I'm qualified to deliver a specific result. I think people really want. I get this question all the time, like, can I officially, this is a weird question to get more than once, can I certify somebody? Can they be Kyle Milligan certified copywriters? Like, they'd rather have that piece of paper that says they're certified than go out, find a client, or get a client and write a sales letter and have a result to demonstrate. They'd rather have me say, I have a stamp of approval on you, so you are worth $10,000 for a sales letter or something like that. But the reality is, if you're just hurting yourself, because then you're going to burn a bridge when you rock up asking for $10,000 and it turns out you can't sell $200 worth of product, you know? So I like this question now. The short answer is if you're a good copywriter, you can write anywhere in the world, and that's why there's so many. I know dudes, someone wrote me, he's from Britain living in Thailand, so he couldn't buy the book or something without PayPal because he couldn't get credit cards or something. But yeah, like if you're a good copywriter, you can go anywhere in the world and work, and that was the dream. That's kind of what I was pursuing. But the problem is that word, the operating word is good. You have to be a good copywriter. So it's great that you're intrigued by it. If you practice, I'm talking like if you write every day. And earlier in this call, I said, you write first and you play Gears of War later, right? You write first, then you play Gears of War later. And if you can do that, right? Put the writing first before any distractions pull you off, and you do it every day, you'll get better. If you need help getting better, I have a service for that. It's called the Copy Squad Inner Circle. It's where you bring your work, and I say, I basically chop your learning curve into an eighth of the time, because whenever I see something that you could improve or you could do better, I just point it out instead of you guessing at why this did or did not work. So that's my answer to that question. So I'm going to share this. Oh, look at all these questions. Cool. Hayes says, I need to get in on Squad. Still a great price. Dylan says, so Hayes, yes, get in the Squad, my man. Get in there. Love to have you. I'm telling you, like, the only reason the price hasn't gone up is because I'm too lazy to change the offer page. I have to, like, change the numbers. Everyone who's already in it, they won't have to do, their price will stay locked, so don't worry if you're already in there. I think I answered 26 minutes in. I'll send that guy this answer. Okay. So, yeah, if the price is $59 right now. If you want to get in, please do. I'd love to have you in. Justin says, thanks, man. Thanks for the update. Your book was a game changer for me. Oh, dude, yeah, thanks so much. I appreciate that, Justin. Dylan, are you going to Copy Chief live in October? Dylan then followed up, LOL, you answered. Yeah, going to Copy Chief live. I just got my ticket. I think it was like yesterday or today. I think it was yesterday. Hayes says, only going if I can make enough to go doing copy. Would love for that to happen. Gonna look after this. All right, cool. David asked, did I already talk about leaving Agora? Yeah. Hayes says he went to another company. Yeah, exactly. So I'll do it one more time, a little quick run through. Left Agora, no bad blood, nothing weird. Just went to another opportunity where I could do more of basically kind of what I'm doing with the Copy Squad Inner Circle in an official capacity. Have some salaried copywriters, try to build a team, build up something. This is kind of, again, I started out as a make money online guy, a dude who wanted to like have the hammock lifestyle and work on the beach and all that stuff. And then I actually got into copywriting, and I was like, I really like this stuff. This is really fun to me. And then I discovered I have a passion for like reading copy, critiquing copy, and trying to figure out how to make it better and practicing. And since then, building a team has been like my number one aspiration. So there's another company who really liked what I was doing at the Copy Squad, invited me in. Hopefully I'm building a team really soon there. Dylan, hey, mind sharing those promotions that you said were still running? I would love to analyze them. So he said this, I might get a job at Agora. The ones that are still running would be Trump bonus checks and maybe Rich Dad's Retirement Masterclass. I wonder, I don't have an easy way to share the PDFs with him. So I'll have to circle back to this question. I don't have like links to the live promos. Stuart says, thank you for continually reinforcing the basics, the things that really count. Way better than spinning your wheels for years. Going to go back and reread your book. You've recommended some great ones. Sometimes reading VSLs is great too. You're a fine and generous teacher. Wow, that's very nice of you, man. Thanks so much. Glad to have you as a sub. That's awesome. Let's see. All right, here's a big one. Big question. Kyle, let me see if I got any questions here in the stream. All right, cool. Max Increase says, Kyle, will I need copy samples for copywriting school jobs? Thanks. Oh, one more thing. I did purchase the book in upsell. Can you please at least number the pages so next time I print at library and the papers fall all over the place, I can put them back in order? Thanks. One more thing. Again, simply my opinion, the upsell was not worth the $87 just to learn how to research. I would have paid $37 for the book and a max $27 for the research. Then you are probably not doing the same direct response copywriting stuff that I'm doing. The research is well worth and above $87. The research, I wish I could show you my screen. The current promo I'm working on, I'm gonna pull up. The research is the writing. Like a professional would argue with you. Like if you know how hardcore Dan Kennedy researched? Like, there's simply nothing more valuable than understanding research. Yeah, the problem I worked on now, I'm watching the pages stack up. I got 32 pages of just clips of research I put in a Google Doc. Like, yeah, man. Sorry you weren't satisfied. The reason why I didn't ask for a refund or complain is because the total value you've put on your channel is worth my $12 book and $87 investment. Well, that I appreciate. Now you have the Copy Squad. Not quite ready for that. Just digging deep in the book, but please number those pages. We're talking about 100 plus pages. Thanks. All right, brother. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Maybe the second edition. Thanks for your purchase. Yeah, but the research is so important. All right, here we go. David says, thanks. I look forward to hearing more about your new gig. Love your book. Bought Evaldo's new book recently because of how highly you spoke of him. Yeah, no, okay. So Hayes says the research is everything. It really is. NoCo says, did you upload a video then take it down? Yes, I think I did. I tried to start a stream and it malfunctioned because I'm having all sorts of issues with YouTube and OBS, which is like the free encoder software. I can't share my screen. See, I get the black screen of death for whatever reason, and then YouTube's bugging out on me too. So I tried to start a stream like 4 times, and I need to have this fixed for tomorrow because tomorrow I'm supposed to record my sales letter breakdown for the Copy Squad Inner Circle because I do one of those every other Tuesday. We have a meeting and a sales letter breakdown. So this Tuesday will be the sales letter breakdown where we study copy, like we go through a whole promo start to finish. The next one is we bring in the group's copy and we sit down and pick that apart and see how we can make it better. So that's how our schedule runs inside the Inner Circle, and my stupid tech stack is just making me so angry, and I have to have this fixed by tomorrow. So he says it was 7 seconds. Right, I tried to start it, and don't use OBS, use StreamYard. Everyone is moving to their free version. That's what I'm trying to hear, man. Let me see, I'm gonna write this down. Can I do on StreamYard, can I put the little picture up? Like, this is the only thing I like being able to put the little picture in the corner of my my little logo. And the other thing I really like doing is having multiple screens. I don't know if you know, David, if I can do that, where I can do like this so you can see my face while I'm showing you stuff on the screen. It was so useful, but every time they create an update, like, I should just go back to original version. Every time they create an update, it just breaks, man. And it's so frustrating. I'm not technically savvy enough to be dealing with this. StreamYard. I might have to check that out. But tomorrow I'll have to put a Band-Aid on OBS probably and run through my sales letter breakdown. So cool to have all you guys hanging out. I really appreciate it. I'm here to basically make up for lost time. Loving your stuff. Keep it up. Thanks, Douglas Pugh. I appreciate that. Is he a judge? Is he? It looks like he's wearing like a... Oh, he's wearing a sweater. I thought he was wearing like one of those big judge things. Like a... What would you call it? I don't want to call it a gown. What did judges wear? Robes? Something like that? Thanks very much. Send that sucker. All right, Dylan says awesome. Thanks very much, Dylan. I appreciate that, sir. All right, I'm gonna read a couple more here and take any more questions that you guys have, and then I'm gonna call it for tonight, and I'll do something more official and more organized really soon. Hey Kay, how's the housing situation in Baltimore? I talked to you here about joining Agora, and you explain it, but I'm wondering how the living there aspect of it. Thanks. Oh no, you don't want to ask me. I am not a fan of Baltimore. This was one of those things where I was like, this is what I've got to do to basically get what I want out of life, was I had to go to Agora and do what I got to do. I did not think of it as a privilege to go to Baltimore. It was a privilege to get to go on stay in Agora housing, which was cool. Let me mark the timestamp here. So let's say 39. Okay, so I'm going to share this copy. I answered this at 39 minutes. Let me go ahead and write that comment back. All right. Answered at 39:50. Okay. Hopefully these links work too. So anyway, yeah. So not a fan of Baltimore, but dude, this is like one of those things where my girlfriend was watching America's Next Top Model, and she was there was this one girl who had like a big gap in her teeth, right? And they were like, if you want to be a model, you're gonna have to close the gap in between your teeth. And the girl was like, I don't know if I want to close the gap. It's kind of like part of who I am or something, right? Now this is a little bit out there, but this is how I look at moving to Baltimore. And my first thought was like, you are competing to be the top model, right? If you want to be the number one at anything, you're going to probably have to go to some sort of extraordinary length of effort. And if the most beautiful people in the world are your competition and they're willing to do anything, then you are going to fail if you aren't willing to do something like a simple dental procedure or something like that. It's the same thing with like, if you want to be like a bodybuilder and be all natty, natural, no drugs or whatever, I'm pretty sure, I'm not in the field, but I can look at some of the professional bodybuilders out there and say, if you aren't on some sort of drugs, then there are people who are willing to go the extra mile. And it's the same thing in like professional sports, right? There are people who are willing to do whatever it takes, right? And that's kind of how I saw moving to Baltimore. I know that sounds super extreme. I didn't want to. It wasn't like, I know I'm not a big fan of Baltimore, but I think that's like a small price to pay to have the opportunity to learn from the best people in the world, right? And I think that's the kind of thing where it's about a mindset thing. So really long-winded explanation. I was trying to make that an example too, that anyone watching this right now might glean some inspiration about their situation in life and how far, like what distance are they really willing to go to achieve their goals. Generally, the people that I speak with I'm going to be blatant, they love hiding behind their families. They love hiding behind their kids. They love hiding behind their wife or marriage or relationship. They love hiding behind their even their parents. Like, I can't leave my aging mother or grandmother or whatever. I can't leave, my wife would never go for it. Like, there are people who will do anything and they're going to win. So that's some of the funny things that I hear, like, oh, I gotta move. Like when you're competing with, the most driven people in the field, you might have to make uncomfortable. And I'm not calling you out specifically. I think it's seven Ven, so 7. I'm not calling you out specifically. I'm just saying, like, in general, the conversations that I have usually go that way, and I automatically write that person off. Like, how are you ever going to compete? How are you ever going to compete? All right, Karen, it looks like you said on the copy, get your free copy of the book. So there wasn't a call to action to buy the product directly in this pushing a sale yet, right? Okay, so I think she's talking about a sales letter breakdown using case studies. Get your free copy of the book. So there wasn't a call to action to buy the product directly in this. Okay, this is one of those hard ones that I'm going to have a difficult time answering without looking at the actual thing. So let me see if I got any comments here. David says, StreamYard does everything OBS does except for constant crashing. Good. David says, nobody likes Baltimore. Let's see. Yeah, I looked on YouTube. It wasn't a good idea, Hayes, but it was a great idea for the opportunity to become the best. Yeah, I guess we're talking about moving to Baltimore. Noko, what's something good to say when attempting to get an internship at an agency? Should the email be more professional or more of a display of copywriter ability? Okay, I'm going to answer this question because it's live and you're here right now, and then I'm going to go back to the other question that's on on the thing. So getting an internship at an agency, I think it's the same thing as when you're making an argument, okay? You're making a sales argument. When we write a sales letter, we're making a sales argument. When you're attempting to get an internship at an agency, if you're writing a letter, you're still making an argument. And your argument is that you should hire me. And it says, do you think you should be professional or more? I think there's this thing that because you're writing to a person, you're writing to a human being. There's a dude who put on a tie this morning. He rolled out of bed in his tighty whities, and he ate cornflakes, and then he put on a tie, and now he's a professional, right? That dude is still that same dude, right? And he's bored, and when you send him something, and it's like if you just send him that plain, black and white professional sort of, that's nothing to inspire action, right? So, and again, I'm not saying you send him fireworks and everything's going crazy and blowing up, but you have to, in my opinion, you still have to make a sales argument for why you are the proper thing. So, I mean, what I did to get the job at Agora was Joe Schrafer listed the qualities that he wanted out of a copywriter, so I simply repeated those qualities back to him. So what you might want to do is, if you can find something, if you can find a person who's got a LinkedIn, right, or something. If you wanted to join the Copy Squad, you could tell me pretty much. You could tell me what I'm looking for in a writer, because I talk about it all the time. The things that are most important to me I wear those on my sleeve. You can just repeat those back to me. If you can find a guy at that company or whatever who's got a LinkedIn and he's got videos or something, or he posts or comments about the industry, and just kind of show that if you can parrot those things back to him and get him nodding, right? That's when we were talking about empathy at the beginning of this call. Encourage their dreams, justify their failures, allay their fears, confirm their suspicions, and throw rocks at their enemies. At another level, what you're doing is displaying empathy and getting them kind of going oh yeah, this person's got it, this person gets it. And you can do that by figuring out what's important to them, demonstrating that you get it, you know what's important to them because it's important to you, and that most importantly is you can deliver a result. So getting my job at Agora Financial, Joe said he wanted people who were insanely curious and read more than anybody that they know. So I told him, I basically did copywriter formula: objection, claim, proof, benefit. The objection is, are you an insanely curious person? My claim is, I'm an insanely curious person. And then my pieces of proof were the fact that that Yellow for Dummies book behind me, row 1, 2, 3, 4, is a SEO for Dummies book that my girlfriend got me, I think, for Christmas. And one of the things that demonstrated that I'm an insanely curious person, one of my pieces of proof, was I got a For Dummies book for Christmas, and I was excited, or my birthday. And it was about SEO, which is a technical book. And that's the kind of stuff that I get into. And I read that, and then I list 2 or 3 other books that I've read or something like that of different genres and information. I'm curious about everything. And then I can talk about, I also sell internet, that Verizon Fios internet or something that I've never used before, but I was a top sales rep because I just investigated the product. Just demonstrate proof, right? It starts with credibility. It always starts with credibility. How can you demonstrate you're the most credible, most worthy person of this decision? You're making a sales argument. So, long-winded answer, but I hope in there you were able to jot down a couple ideas. How can I prove that I'm the most credible person for this? I mean, it's an internship, right? How can I be the most number one choice for this free work? But you do have to stand out some way, because there's a lot of nepotism in internship world. I'm sure somebody's cousin or somebody's aunt or uncle gets somebody a job in that kind of space. So relationships probably go a little bit of a way, and that's kind of where I started the YouTube channel too. Is I read this book called Never Eat Alone by Keith Ferrazzi, and I thought it's very important what he said in there. He said one line that stuck with me, and it said, build the network before you need it. So I started a YouTube channel and started gathering a network of subscribers and stuff. So, long-winded answer. Starts with credibility, but you're also making a sales argument why you're the best choice. Just don't forget that. Objection, claim, proof, benefit. And the benefit of that stuff is because I have all this curiosity, I'm a fast learner, and I can, I'll never complain about boring technical stuff. Like, I'll never complain about meticulous work or attention to detail kind of stuff, right? So that's my super long answer for that. I hope that was helpful. Karen, I want to come back to this question by Karen. Get your free copy of the book. So there wasn't a call to action to buy the product directly. Yeah, I think what she's saying in this question, Noko says, great points, you're awesome, thank you. Hey, thank you for saying I'm awesome, I appreciate that. All right, so we'll copy this. We're at 50 minutes and 25 seconds. Check out 50 and let's say 30 seconds. I hope these links that I'm posting will actually work when I send them off to other people. Anyway, so my answer to Karen is, yeah, I think basically what you want to do is you want to tease them with this opportunity for a free book throughout a sales letter. And I don't know what video this is. Use case studies as effective storytelling in copywriting. This might have been the Rich Dad Retirement Masterclass promo. Or it could have been Rich Dad. Get your free copy of the book. So yeah, I think what you're talking about is you want to tease this free thing that they'll get, right? You're going to get a free report, or you're going to get a free book, or free this, or free that. And then it's all part, like, so you tease that whole opportunity for 70% of your sales letter, and then at the last 30%, you say it's all part of this new, like, if you want to get started today for totally free, or get this book for free, it's all part of this new program that I'm offering called my newsletter. And then you say, when you join the newsletter, here's all the stuff that you'll get, and blah 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 blah. You list all the premiums and bonuses, et cetera, and you say something like, yeah, so and then I'll rush you this book totally free. I'll even pay for shipping as soon as you join this thing. So that's kind of like the whole thing. And generally, if you've done a good job, on the surface that sounds very, the term bait and switch is such a loaded term, and on the surface that feels very bait and switch. But if you do your job correctly as a copywriter, people are so eager to have that thing. They should be so ready and willing to get what you're offering that you've built enough value in that opportunity and the service that when they get to that price, that first you anchor that price so high, and then you cut it down, and you say, here's some testimonials, here's some bonuses, and I'm throwing in a guarantee. Now here's the actual price. It's only a fraction of that thing that we mentioned earlier. When they get to that point in the sales letter, and that's the magic of a good sales letter, then they're like, I would be an idiot not to. So again, like you drag them down with this idea of a free book, and then the book is so valuable and enticing that when they get to the end, they would pay more than what you're charging for the free book, right? I think that's the very important lesson, and there's a lot of promotions out there that do that very effectively. There's a lot of them. The big book of income for Agora Financial, man, that's like a never-ending winner. Just makes money on money on money. Looks like Josh Centers has a bunch of questions. Zach says, I remember that video, it was Rich Dad. Thanks, Zach, appreciate that. Yeah, I basically built that whole letter around case studies. I was case study crazy. I wanted to just use stories instead of just like facts. I'm going through like a couple iterations as a copywriter, like where I'll try different styles based on what I see out there that I really like or is working. And I always preach this too: imitate, then innovate. Imitate, then innovate. You can't break the rules until you know the rules. I think that's like a Picasso quote or something like that. So you'll see, like, the way I write, if you could grab all my sales letters, I have a style, right? I have a personal style, but most of it is kind of like, what is the thing I'm imitating most like, So it's like my sales letter is almost like a chameleon to this ideal, this awesome thing I saw by another writer, and I was like, ooh, I want to do one like that, right? And you could see that in like movies, like, when people start like writing in the same movie genre, right? And like, and all of a sudden all the movies have like a similar plot line or something like that, where you have like one director or writer or something, it's like, I want to write a movie like that and do it my way or make it better or something like that. And that's a lot of times, it's very similar in copywriting. But yeah, so imitate and then innovate. And I think where I got the idea for all the case studies might have been, it was We Snuck Through promo by Palm Beach Research. And I remember, I think I got it in one of these folders. But he had like literally, it just was labeled case study 1, like sections of copy. They just had the headline. It just said case study 1, 2, 3. And I want to show you, because that's kind of how I do it, man. And I was like, that's really smart. I want to write like that guy. And then I did try that. To Social Security, vertical fortunes. Not this one. How about this one? Look, there's the Big Book of Income. See? Get your free copy today. This thing is just crazy when it comes to making money. All right, here we go. So this is the We Snuck Through promo by Palm Beach Research. And something I thought was really cool, like the man who built Wall Street goes rogue. I don't know if you see that. So they kind of got like a little story there. And then it's like this, it's about this guy, Ted Benna. So they got the whole, like they're selling you here, and then they got the sidebar, all these interesting facts about this guy named Ted Benna, the inventor of the 401k. And then they did, yeah, like this. See how they did this? Case study 1, Indiana man with master's degree in finance ditches 401k. So they did a case study there, and then they basically sold you on one of the secrets inside the book. And then they did like another one. It says radio worker doubles retirement income. And they did another story. And this is why, so if you read this promo, you'll see where I got a lot of inspiration for the Rich Dad Retirement Masterclass promo. And I think that's really important. Imitate, then innovate. I really think the hardest thing for copywriters to do is just to do the least and stop being creative and to try to draw from what works, work inside the rules, and then kind of add their own flavor and spice. Inside the book, Made to Stick, they talk about how to make ideas sticky, is to not be too creative in a way. There's a quote in there, it says, are we proposing that the key to creativity is to work inside a specific set of rules? Yes, we are. It's like, you come up with new ideas, not new rules. That's what they said. You come up with new ideas, not new rules. New ideas, not new rules. I think that's so critical. All right, let's see. Hayes says, I got a free book that was nothing but a free book of words, an advertisement for something else that I paid a small price for. Just don't do that. Oh, you did get bait and switched. in the truest sense. Yeah, that sucks, man. I'm sorry that happened to you. That's not it. Most people don't do it like that. Okay, we still have like a bajillion more things, but I've been doing this for what? It's been an hour now? 57 minutes? Okay, guys. I think I'm going to head out. I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys, and I really appreciate you sticking around. And I hope that in all of this, like this is a really long, disorganized one where I'm just kind of playing catch up. I hope in all of this that you got something useful. I got a reply already, actually. Sada Holly, the guy or gal from earlier, says, how do you get the job if you know nothing? Okay, because I answered... Okay, so this is an important question for me. The saga continues with Sada. So, go get a copywriting job without knowing shit about copywriting? What? And I said, yeah, you have to learn somewhere. Yeah, but how do you get the job if you know nothing? How do I say this without like repeating everything that we just talked about? You gotta... Let me think of how I can... I don't know, I might have to... Thank you for the masterclass, have a good night. Thank you, Noko. Well, now I'm still stuck here. I want to answer this next one. Let's see if I can go back to it, if I can find it again. Oh, Thomas says, I love your different approach. Thank you for helping me think a little differently. Thank you for the kind... I'm still here. All right, so what can we tell Sada? How do you get the job if you know nothing? Like, everybody knows something, right? Like, go learn something. How about that? Like, become educated. Do research, improve your worth, right? That's what you got to do. You got to make an argument that you're the perfect person for this position. Why are you a good person for this position? I don't know why you're a good person for this position. That's up to you, right? So let's see if I can refresh these replies. And this is really important. Everybody's answer to this question is going to be different. I think that's the tough part. Is if I had an interview, if I just dug into your past, I dug into your history and what you know, I would find out things that you could spin. That's your job as a copywriter, is basically to put spin on things and make them interesting. Take very boring, innocuous facts and make them more appealing, make them seem very exciting and larger than life, and like they will change everything and they're very important. That's the copywriter's job. That's the task the copywriter has. So as a human, you are a set of experiences and facts and things that have happened to you. It's your job as a person trying to get a job to take those things, that data, and spin them in the most appealing way possible. Okay? So I think that's probably the answer that I would have for our friend Sada here, 1 hour in. So, Hayes says, love this session. I'll be back in the daily watching and research. Yeah. So let's do this. Let's say we're going to share this. Hopefully these copy. I got you about 1 hour in. Boom. So where are we at right now? 101. Say 56-minute mark. All right, reply. All right, cool. That's it for real this time. I really do appreciate everyone hanging out. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate the love, support, and sticking around for all this. Thanks so much, Copy Squad. Hope you found this useful. I hit the end stream button. All right, peace out, Copy Squad.